YouTube, what is good? Welcome back to another video. Man, shout out to all of you. If you're watching this video right now and you clicked on it from a post notification, you're a GOAT. Shout out to you specifically. I appreciate y'all a lot. And if you're watching my videos just in general, even if it's not when this first drops, you're a real one. I appreciate every single one of you, man. All y'all do is y'all make me want to keep uploading, and we're growing a lot. So I appreciate all the views and the likes and the comments. You know, I appreciate you all. With that being said, go ahead and hit the like button. Subscribe if you're new. Turn on post notifications. You don't want to miss an upload. We have a lot of content coming out. Like I said, we're pushing hard into this next 2K cycle. I'm excited about it, but we got a lot of content to come out here soon. So just be on the lookout for that. You don't want to miss out. We are back today with another build, one I created myself, and I think it's pretty fire. So let's go ahead and hop right into it. Today, we got a build inspired by the GOAT, LeBron James, Le Hairline, Le FU3, My Seed is in the NBA. No, I'm playing, but it is inspired by LeBron. Pretty fire build. It's not exactly LeBron. I was trying to make a LeBron type of build while making the build really good. So up first, we got position, small forward. Height, we got a 6'7", and hear me out before y'all get on my head about, oh, LeBron is 6'8", 6'9", blah, 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 blah. Bro, I made the build 6'7". It's not supposed to be exactly LeBron, but it's kind of close to LeBron. But I made the build 6'7", so I could get more attributes. Weight, we got 239 pounds. Wingspan, 6'10". The build is called a two-way slash and shot creator. Really fire build. I like what I did with the attributes. I think you guys will too. Let's go ahead and hop right into it. Up first, we got 72 close shot. This upgraded with another attribute, so I'm not going to focus on it, but LeBron does play a little bit below the rim. Well, not even a little bit, a lot of it, all over the place. So yeah, we had to sacrifice some stuff, and this is one of them. Driving layup, we went with the 72 also. This got upgraded with another attribute. I wish this could be higher, but I was trying to make this build very versatile in multiple areas of the game, so I had to leave this where it was. Driving dunk, we got a 92. Now, y'all might be like, oh, why did you go 92? You might as well try to go 93. Listen, y'all know I make my builds very cap breaker friendly, and we're going to take a cap breaker and we're going to put it on driving dunk. That's why I went 92. Save us some points, make the build even better. Standing dunk, you get a 42. You're going to be able to get LeBron dunk package. I know someone told me that in the comments a little while back. I got it on this build, so if you see this video, this was specifically for you. Post control, we got a 50. LeBron do play out the post, but like I said, I was trying to make this build like LeBron, not exactly LeBron. And either way, if you were trying to make LeBron on this game, it's just almost impossible, just because he's a legit demigod. And once again, I don't make these builds to tell you guys to make these builds exactly how I make them. I make these builds so that way you can take it and tweak it to your liking and make the build how you would like it to play, to, you know, work for your play style. But this is how I like this build. So that's all we got for finishing. On to the shooting. We got an 86 mid-range shot. Now I went 86 because once again, I make these builds cap breaker friendly. We're going to put 3 of our cap breakers on mid-range shot. Going to get you 89. Going to get you set shot specialist on gold. That's what I was going for. And still here, if you've got cap breakers from getting to the next rep level or whatever rep level it is to get your first set, you got 5. You still got 1 left, and if you've been getting them from the seasons, you got a couple left. I know I have 6 cap breakers in total, but this is what I would do with my 5 cap breakers. You still got 1. I don't know where you would put that 1 if you only got 1 left, but if you have multiple, it's going to be able to make this build very good. And I'm sure when you look at it with all your cap breakers, you're going to see like, wow, this build is actually going to be nasty. 3-pointer, we went with the 83. Why did I go with the 83? I wanted limitless range on this build. Got to have limitless range. Got to be able to shoot the FU3s. So wanted to make sure we got limitless range for sure. Honestly, there's 2 things I'd probably put my tier 1 max +1 on, and it'd probably be limitless range or lightning launch. I'm not too sure which one, but it'd probably be one of those. Free throw, we got 76. I had some extra points, put it on free throw. Braun isn't a great free throw shooter, so I wasn't about to give him 80+, that's for sure. On to the playmaking. Now, this is one y'all gonna hate me for, I understand it, I get it, but I wasn't thinking too much of playmaking Bron with this build. So with that being said, we got a 70 pass accuracy on this build. 70 is enough to pass the ball around, that's for sure. You still get dimer, you still get break starter. Will your passes be crazy fast? No, but they're still going to be good passes. You're not going to have to worry about throwing the ball into turnovers all the time. I promise you, I have 67 on my small guard. I have 67 and lower on all my builds, and I play perfectly fine in any game mode that needs pass accuracy. Ball handle, we went with the 85. I like the 85. I feel like 85 ball handle is perfect on this game for Bron. And with the 85, you're going to get strong handle Hall of Fame. You're going to get handles for days. You're going to get impluckable and ankle assassin. I really like that a lot. Honestly, if I only had the 5 cap breakers, I'd probably put the +1 here so I could get 86 ball handle. So you can get silver ankle assassin. That's just something I would think about doing. Speed with ball, you're going to get a 75. So once again, I would probably use my tier 1 max +1 on this to get gold lightning launch, because right now we only got silver. You're 6'7" with a 6'10" wingspan. You're a big build. You're still going to be able to move around with the silver lightning launch. So that's not going to be too much of a problem. But I do think the playmaking on this build is really, really good for a 6'7" build. On to the defense. This was one area where I kind of shied away from making LeBron too much, but still had like hints of LeBron in the build. So we got 75 interior defense. I feel like LeBron is a good interior defender. He's not super great at it, especially now that he's a little bit older, but young LeBron would stuff anything in the paint. That's facts. Perimeter defense, I went with the 85. Not the best, not the worst. Is right in the middle, about above average in my opinion. You're going to get all the defensive badges. You get Challenger Silver, On Ball Menace Silver, Pick Dodger Silver, and you get a Movable Enforcer on Gold. I like that a lot. I'm really happy about that. You're going to be able to play defense with this build for sure. Steal, you get a 60. Y'all know me. I'm not big on pressing square, bro. I press square when I feel like it's open enough for me to press it and I won't be out of the play. That's why I went with 60. Wanted to make sure I at least get the badge for interceptor so I can get those passing lane steals here and there, but I don't spam the button too often. And once again, like I said, I made the build how I would like it to be. You could tweak it to your own liking and make your own build off of this. Block, I went with the 78. This is where I wanted to make sure I kept some LeBron touches because we got high flying denier on silver. Now hear me out. You can go bronze if you want. Bronze is still going to be just as good as silver. I just think with the higher block rating and then the higher badge level, you're going to get some crazier chase down blocks with this build. But you can go with 68 and just have bronze high flying denier, and I promise you, you'll be pinning stuff off the backboard. Me personally though, I wouldn't go lower because I want to keep paint patroller. You need 74 to have paint patroller. So I would probably stay at the 74 range and take those points if I was going to and put them in something else. That is all for defense. I think it has some really good defensive touches, really close to Bron. I like the chase down stuff, the high flying denier. I like the steal. I like the perimeter defense. The build is going to be able to hold its own on the defensive end. Now on to the rebounding. LeBron is a wonderful rebounder, but the builder is just so limited that you had to give up something. And with you being 6'7", being a small forward, you're probably going to be playing the 2 or the 3 anyways. So I didn't want to put too much rebounding on this build, but we still got 70. Going to get you silver box out beast and get you rebound chase and get you rebound chaser, which I think is really good. You're going to be able to grab boards with this build. You're going to get good animations. I think this is pretty good for a LeBron build. If you're not going too far into trying to make exactly LeBron, I think 70 rebound is perfect on this 6'7" build. You're going to get 55 defensive. Like I said, you'll still be able to get boards because you got the badge to go with it. You're going to get the animations also. They're not going to be the best animations, but you will get good animations for you to grab rebounds. Now on to the physicals. This is just the area where you cannot make LeBron, because if we're being honest, LeBron needs like 95 speed, 90 plus agility, 90 plus strength, 90 plus vertical, but you just cannot get that in this builder. So we went with 85 speed on a 6'7". I feel like that's above average on this game. It's really good. You're still going to be able to move around the court very quickly. So I like what we did with the speed. Agility, we went with the 76. Now I would like this to be higher, but I went a little bit lower just because agility isn't too important, but I feel like 75 was perfect for this build, especially with everything else that's going to tie together to make this build move around the court pretty quickly. Strength, we went with the 85. Now, I was not trying to go lower than 85 because I wanted to make sure we got Immovable Enforcer on gold and that we got Strong Handle Hall of Fame. Wanted to make sure I had both of those badges, especially Immovable Enforcer, because with the 6'7" build, with a little bit heavier weight, you still got some speed, you got good perimeter, you're going to be able to get a lot of force, like body pickups and stuff with this build, and it's going to make this build a lot better defensively. Last but not least, we got 80 vertical. I went with 80 vertical because, like I said, we're putting one cap breaker on driving dunk, going to get you 93, going to get you gold posterizer on this build, and it's going to get you contact dunks. So that was one thing I was really worried about, was getting contact dunks. And listen, it's the best part about this build. If you got more than 5 or 6 cap breakers, bro, you low-key could put 3 more into driving dunk after you go to 93, and then you could put 2 on vertical, and you're going to have elite contact dunks on this build. Going to make this build crazy, bro. Going to get Hall of Fame posterizer. The build is going to be fire. Like, if you can do that, the build will be really fire. But the build is still made for you to be able to use this build without needing the cap breakers, and that's just facts. The build is still really good. But that's all for the attributes. I think we got some really good attributes, some really good badges, and the build is still pretty close to Bron, not too much like Bron. Let's go ahead and hit continue and see what shades we get. And we're going to get shades of Luau Deng, Jaden McDaniels, and Jaylen Brown. Not exactly LeBron, except for Jaylen Brown. I feel like Jaylen Brown is pretty close. But I do like the shades that you get. And you have built a 2-way slashing shot creator. Like I said, this build is fire. It's very cap breaker friendly. It's very non-cap breaker friendly. If you don't have cap breakers, you could definitely make this build and use this build and it be a really good build. And it can be used in multiple game modes, bro. That's just facts. With that being said, grading this build from A to F, it being LeBron, sadly, I'm gonna have to go with a B-, just because it's too hard to make LeBron, and I didn't put too much playmaking into this build, so I'm gonna hold that accountable while I'm making this build, that it doesn't have the playmaking to go with it like a LeBron build probably should. But this is more of a score first LeBron build. And yeah, so you guys let me know in the comment section how you feel about this build. Is it fire? Is it trash? If you think it's trash, let me know in the comment section why you think it's trash. Don't just say it's trash. And if you would make this build and you were going to tweak it, let me know in the comment section what you would tweak to make this build any better, bro. I would love to know. Lastly, grading this build from A to F on it being able to be used in multiple game modes, A+. The build can finish at a high rate. The build can shoot at a high rate. The build can handle the ball. The build can play defense. The build can rebound. And you got good physicals, bro. You could play on the 1 court. You're going to be giving everybody a bucket. You're a bigger build. You're going to be able to finish more. You're stronger. And then you can take it to the 2 court, and you're the perfect 1 on the 2 court. You can take it to the 3s. You can play the 1 or the 2. And then you can take it to the 5s. You can play the 1, the 2, or the 3. Now, the playmaking is going to be a little bit hard. But like I said, I got 67 pass accuracy on all my builds, and it's no problem. I promise you. But that is all we got for this build. Once again, you guys let me know in the comment section how you feel about it. And if you made it this far into the video, you're a GOAT. You're a real one for real. I appreciate you. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button. Subscribe if you're new. Turn on post notice. You don't want to miss any uploads. We got a lot of content coming out, and I think it's a lot of content that y'all are going to like. So stay on the lookout. But that's all I got for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you did, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.